We all went down to see Guided by Voices. Just whatever, if he wants to say his name, he can. The manager, he drove down like a minivan or whatever, right? Probably with whoever were the Lips. I think it was Wayne. I don't know. I don't know if it was Wayne. I don't remember it being Michael. It doesn't really matter. And so they went down to the show in Dallas in their minivan, and I went down to Dallas in like a 74 Cutlass Super. I know what cars are, but I don't know if it was a 74 Cutlass Super Sport, but it was a big fucking ass car with a V8, like yellow-ish, and it was being driven by, and I'm not going to mention his name either. So it was like me and three of my buddies or whatever, and he was one of my buddies too, I guess, briefly. So like 4 or 5 of us were in this giant fucking car, and the driver of the car had just gotten out of prison, right, for like a year or something. Now, I'd never met him before he went to prison, but I met him after, and he'd gone to prison because he tried to rob the movie theater he worked at. And I've worked at a movie theater. I never tried to rob it. I did get fired, but I just had 3 strikes. It was not theft. And so we went down there drove down from the town I live in. Again, I haven't lived every day of my life here. And we weren't even on the highway before the passenger in the front seat, I don't remember who that was rolling a joint on the center console, right? So, that's whatever. And then I'll just wrap this up real quick. So we went down to that show. Everybody had a good time. We went and ate Ethiopian food at a Ethiopian restaurant not too far away from the venue. And it was like 4 bands or something. I think Ween played. I can't remember who played. Jesus and Mary Chain, I think, played. I'm not sure. I would look it up. But Guided by Voices, and man, he was drunk as a skunk. But it's just so long of a show, you go up to the bar and they had a special on, I think it's called a whiskey sour. I don't know what's in that, something horrible. And so we're drinking those, and this one lady came up, whatever, female, and she blah 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 or whatever. And eventually she's like made out with me right there at the bar, right? And then she said, well, I want you to come back here and meet my boyfriend. I was like, that doesn't sound like a good idea. That sounds like the opposite of any good idea. And so I am about, whiskey sour, Ethiopian food. I don't give a shit. Fuck her. I don't mean fuck her. I'm sure she was a nice lady. But yeah, so I went back there, and her boyfriend was sitting in like this kind of, I don't know, VIP section. It was just a club, but sitting in this big round thing. And basically she said, oh, my boyfriend wants you to come back to our place and have sex with me so he can watch. And I was like, nope. Number one, I live 3 fucking hours away. That's not number one. Number one, no. I made out with you. I had a couple of whiskey sours. That's the end of that deal. And I don't want to have anything to do with you and your boyfriend and your stupid little life. Number 2, I have seen crime television, and I know that kidneys pull up. I don't know how much people pay for it, but it's a pretty penny, and I'm not going to go back to make out with some girl and wind up and this was back when those rumors were going around about bathtubs, and you wake up and you don't have a liver or whatever. I don't know how you wake up and not have a liver. I think you need a liver. And so strike 2. Strike 3, I live 3 hours away. And unless you want my ride to come with, you want the guy who just got out of prison for robbing a movie theater, and our 3 amigos that were smoking joints because that's the only way I'm getting home is them. So So anyway, I didn't do that. It was stupid. But the whole point of the story is I didn't go with that girl. Everything worked out. It was a good show, guided by voices. It was fun. And then on the way out to the parking lot, I don't remember what happened. Hopefully, I just came to my senses and was asked the Lips minivan crew if I could just go home with them. And they said, okay. And then as I was walking across the parking lot after the show to get in the minivan to go home with them 3 hours away, I threw up in the parking lot. I think it was from the Ethiopian food and the whiskey sours. Anyway, we got home all right.